Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. And today is time for Taco Tuesday, a little series I do on the third Tuesday of every month where I pull a tarot card and I colour it in, hence the taco. And it's Tuesday. If you want to join in, and then please do use the hashtag Taco Tuesday Tarot and tag me on YouTube, Instagram, wherever you are doing it. I've seen some of you already starting to join in, which is fantastic, and I love seeing what you're colouring in on your tarot cards. And you don't have to have a specific colour your own tarot deck. You could have maybe a colouring book that has tarot. You could have just anything to do with tarot or colouring in that you can use. So I'm using this deck, and it is here's the ISBN number. I was gifted it for Christmas from a very good friend of mine, so I don't know where she got it, but that was the ISBN number if you are interested. I have pre-shuffled as per usual, so let's see what card we are colouring in today. The Ace of Swords, lovely. This is a cool looking card. Now, I don't pre-look at tarot cards before I use them, so whenever, like, each card I see in any deck, if I haven't pulled that card before, I've never seen it before, so this is the Ace of Swords. So I will switch over to super speedy colouring round and tell you all about the Ace of Swords, and be back with a voiceover whilst I colour it in. Okay, so let's dive into the Ace of Swords. So the guidebook for this deck says, like all aces, the Ace of Swords can indicate the birth of a child and a period of joy and hope. It can also stand for a new job or work opportunity that takes you in a new direction. I'm laughing because I'm recording this on Saturday and I start a new job on Monday. You now have clarity and breakthroughs in your decisions. There is a new intellectual or mental beginning, offering insight, focus, and profound revelations. So the Ace of Swords is one of those cards that always feels like a lightning bolt of clarity. But before we kind of zoom into it, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the suit of swords as a whole and what aces represent in tarot. So that way the Ace of Swords, in however you have it, makes even more sense in its bigger context. So let's start with the suit itself. So the suit of swords is connected with the element of air. That means it deals with the mind, ideas, intellect, logic, truth, and communication. But swords also bring challenges. They cut, they divide, they can hurt if misused. So the suit often shows us the ups and downs of our thoughts, the conflicts that arise from words, and the battles of the mind. So if cups are about emotions and the heart, and pentacles are about the material and physical, then swords are about the mental world, how we think, how we speak, and how we seek truth. A lot of people get a little nervous when swords show up in readings because they can look sharp and harsh, and yes, they do bring those difficult truths and conflicts, but they're also empowering. They remind us that words have power, that clarity is possible, and that we have the ability to cut through confusion. And now let's talk about aces. So aces are the pure essence of their suit. They're like a seed holding all the potential and possibility, but not yet fully formed. So they're beginnings, opportunities, and invitations. So the Ace of Cups is pure emotion. The Ace of Pentacles is pure material opportunity. The Ace of Wands is pure creative spark. And the Ace of Swords is pure clarity and truth. And with aces, nothing is guaranteed. So they're a gift being offered, but it's up to you to take that energy and use it. Think of them like an open doorway. You can walk through it, or you can let it pass. So looking at the imagery in the Rider-Waite style deck, the Ace of Swords shows a hand emerging from the clouds, holding a sword upright. A crown hovers above it with laurel and palm sprigs hanging down. And in the background we see rugged mountains under a dramatic sky. It's stark and it's powerful. The sword is centre stage, sharp, straight and unwavering. The crown symbolises victory and sovereignty. The laurel is triumph and the palm is peace after struggle. The mountains remind us that the path to clarity isn't always smooth, but the sword gives us the strength to rise above. So visually, everything is saying, here is truth, here is clarity, here is power in the mind. And now when the Ace of Swords appears upright, it's like that sudden rush of insight, it's a light bulb moment. The fog clears and you see things as they are. So it's about truth, honesty, communication and breakthroughs. Sometimes it points to an important conversation or a moment of realization that changes everything. It can also be creative or intellectual beginnings, the start of a study, the seed of a book idea, or the clarity to plan something important. And the key here is that this energy is raw. It's not the whole journey, but it's the spark that gets you started. The ace hands you the sword and says, here's your tool. Now what will you cut away? What will you carve out? And remember, clarity can sometimes be sharp. The truth isn't always comfortable, but it is freeing. And when the Ace of Swords shows up reversed, it's like that clarity gets clouded over. So instead of sharp insight, you've got fog, confusion, or crossed wires. It can show up as overthinking, mental blocks, or struggling to see the truth of a situation. Sometimes it's dishonesty, whether that's someone not being upfront with you, or you not being fully honest with yourself. It can also represent words that wound, arguments, gossip, or communication that cuts the wrong way. But reversals aren't just negative, they highlight where the energy is blocked. So if you pull the Ace of Swords reversed, it's a chance to ask, what am I not seeing clearly? What conversation am I avoiding? What truth feels too heavy to pick up? And that's where the growth lies. Some correspondences to help you deepen your connection with this card is the element is air. The astrological signs are Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. The season is autumn, so crisp air, sharp thoughts. The colours are white, silver, grey and light blue. Crystals are clear quartz for clarity, lapis lazuli for truth and fluorite for focus. And herbs are lavender and sage, which are both amazing for clearing the mental cobwebs. And these correspondences are lovely to weave into meditation or altar work with this card. So how do you actually use the Ace of Swords energy? You can meditate with it when you need to cut through confusion. You can journal with prompts like, what truth do I need to face right now? What new idea wants to come through me? You can place it on your desk for focus when you're writing, studying, or working on communication. You can use it in spell work or intention setting when you need clarity or the courage to speak your truth. And it's really about harnessing that sharp, fresh energy of the mind. So that is the Ace of Swords, the seed of clarity, a breakthrough in truth, and a reminder of the power of the mind and the spoken word. And we've looked at how it fits into the suit of swords, what aces represent in general, the upright and reversed meanings, and the correspondences you can use to connect with it. And Loki's having a nice little shake in the background. So if you enjoyed this deep dive, please do give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Tarot Tuesday. And if you do share any of your tarot or colouring in, then please do use the hashtag Tarot Tuesday Tarot. I love seeing how you connect with the cards. Tag me in wherever you do it. I'm on Instagram, the same here, so AmethystRaven342, and I will let you just watch the rest of me colouring this in and pop on some nice music, and I'll be back again with you soon with something else. But in the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the rest of this colouring in. Bye.